All right, hey guys, I wanted to take you through how to install the Teraflex ball joints on a JL or a JT Gladiator. So I already did the driver's side and messed up a lot, and so that's why I wanted to hopefully do the passenger side and have it be a little bit easier to install and be able to talk you guys through this, tell you what to look out for, some things that may cause you problems. For example, Teraflex has these raised grease joints where the Zerk fittings, where the Zerks go, and if you do not have the right spacers on the ball joint press, these will press up against one of the spacers that's on there and it'll smush them. So there's a very popular ball joint press called Maddox by Harbor Freight that you see a lot of YouTubers use, and but I don't think they're using Teraflex, and so you have to make sure that you get the add-ons with that Maddox system. Extra $80, you get the whole 11 pieces, but really all you need is this piece right here to make it work. So anyway, I'm going to try. Teraflex does a really good job with their instructions. What I most liked about that is at the end, once everything is back together, they basically tell you all the torque specs for all the bolts on the and we're going to start by removing the stabilizer from the tie rod, which is going to be this nut right here. I'm going to put the bolts back in, the nuts back on, that way then I know exactly which ones go where. Right. So you see right here, the bolt was on it, and you really have to get a hammer and break that loose by hitting right there. But finally came off. The brake caliper's off, 21 millimeter. These guys right here, support it with my knee. Slide off. It does. So we're going to take off the rotor first, and then the dust shield. Grab your T30. Be careful with this, you don't strip it, so make sure it's in there nice and good. It's not that tight. There we go. Here's that brake sensor I was talking about right here. So again, you see it's on the passenger side, it's on the top right. And then when you put the dust shield on, it goes right behind that little spot. These are a little bit better designs, I think, than the previous models, JKs and whatnot. I heard those broke a lot, but you want to use your Allen wrench, the number 5. Unscrew that. You'll also see right there, it's a 13 millimeter. Next we are going to loose the 3 hub bearing bolts on the back of the knuckle. And my Gladiator has around 40,000 miles on it, so it's moving a little bit. There we go. Support it as it comes out. Next, we're going to straighten up these cotter pins, pull those out on the top and the bottom. This top cotter pin is kind of wedged a little bit, so I'll get a 22 millimeter wrench. See if you can loosen it a tiny bit. There. Look at that. Whoop, and I don't know. All right, so now we've got to get this loose. So hit these on the sides, on the top, right here. I'm gonna use a rubber mallet first. All right, I put WD-40 atop the ball joint underneath here. There we go. Here's that piece you want to make sure you keep. All right, this is why we were changing the ball joints. Here's the factory ones. All right, just able to move them. Easy, easy. These are also metal on inside. There's plastic too. So the Teraflex one, you can barely even move them. No good. Probably honestly need to change these too. These suck too. Okay, if you're new to the ball joint press game, like I am, here's a couple of the items you'll need. I don't even know what this is called. I'll just call it the C thing. And you've got your press up here. These are the couplings that you'll use. So these will go under here. And the point of these is that you don't want this piece going up inside there. You want to use the control arm, right, to brace it against. And then you're pressing it down from the top right there. And that'll fall into the cup right here. So, got this piece here. This will sit on top of it like this. And then that will sit on that like that. Let's go here. So you definitely want to make sure it's all lined up. That's moving it. And I like to be sure I'm not sponsored like some of these guys that get 100 parts for free. At least not yet. Yeah. You'll notice when you buy these, you have the option to buy it with a knurl or without a knurl. Knurls are little grooves all along the side. So after you've done this several times, you've pressed ball joints in and out, these gaps will start to widen out and you won't get a good tight seal, so you have to switch to the knurl. Definitely don't want to do that if you don't need to, because once you go knurl, you never go back. All right, we'll do the bottom same way. You want to be careful with this bottom one. What I learned is because, I'll show you. Actually, I think learning from last time, I'm gonna use a spacer. Can't do that, I'm an idiot. But this time, you're gonna feed press through the top hole. Make sure it's lined up good and it's not leaning up against the control arm, because as you're tightening it could damage the holes right there. Yep. So you can put grease or anti-seize. I don't have any anti-seize. Transmission fluid. That's the thing people use. I'm just going to use just a little bit. All right, so when you get your Teraflex ball joints on the bottom of them, it'll have an L or a U. So one's for lower, one's for upper. I think one of these is longer than the other one. I can't remember which one, but just use the bottom to see. We're going to start with the one that has the L on it, which stands for lower. So you've got these grease fittings. All right, so we're going to start pressing in these. To me, this is the most important part of the whole process if you're using the Teraflex. These Teraflex come with these grease passages on the top here, and you can tell they're raised. So you need to make sure, especially if you're using this Maddox kit, that you get the adapter kit. This is really the only part you need from that adapter kit. Make sure you line the grease fittings on the bottom to point to the axles. So you'll see on the Teraflex it says V409, you want the 40 to be facing you. So I got it started just a little bit. The grease passages are facing towards the axle. Make sure that it's centered. Alright, so I've started the bottom one. This one's a little bit trickier because, like I said, it's a little bit angled, and so you want to make sure that, again, your threads, I'm trying to make sure I'm not hitting the inside of the hole. I'm kind of pushing on it a little bit as I turn it. Everything looks good. Just good and snug. Okay. There it is. It's about 5 or 6 pumps. Just using this little screwdriver here, I'm going to put through the hole of the there we go. And so again, these grease fittings are going to be opposite. They're going to be facing you. So it says 2701, so you want to make sure the 70 is right in the middle. right? You could touch that. Like I'm pulling on it and it barely moves. You have to really pull. And then what you want to do, you want to take the cotter pin holes, you want to turn it to where it's horizontal to your tires. That way it's easy to get. All right, now the top's in, you have the C-clamp that needs to go on. Never thought I'd use this tool more than once. I used it for my winch. And I was like, well, I'll never use that again. Yet here we are. All right, so that is in. All right, guys. The new ball joints for Teraflex are in. Zerks are in, they're greased. Such a better upgrade than the factory ones, which are metal on plastic. These are metal on metal. Whatever this thing is right here. It's got a flat side. The flat side needs to face towards you as well. All right, so we've tightened the lower castle nut to 15, and now we're going to do the top to 55, and then we're going to go back to the bottom and tighten it. Mine doesn't have a 3, it goes 32 to 34, so we'll go to 34. If your cotter pin holes don't line up, give it a little extra turn until it does. Don't loosen it. It's perfect on the bottom. Now we're going to slide the axle in. Axle shaft. Again, you're going to want to first clean it. Not too much though. You're going to want to support this, putting it in. Alright, now we're bolting the, we've got the knuckle on. We're going to do, we're installing the hub bearing axle shaft assembly. I've already slid the axle in, making sure that you are supporting it as you put in so you don't hurt the seal inside there. We're going to torque these bolts down to 75 foot-pounds. Try to do them evenly too. wheel speed sensor in right here. We're going to put this bracket back on too. Now you can hang sensor right there. Over your wheel sensor. All right, I thought this was worth mentioning. We had to hit this with a hammer to get it out. So every time I would turn the screw up here, it would turn the threads with it. So I took my bottle jack and pushed it right up in there and sunk it up in there a little bit more. So it's a good trick for you guys. So I want to thank Southern Overland Society for sponsoring the video. You can follow them on Instagram. A great group that's getting started. It's a nonprofit Jeep organization. So go out and follow them, give them some love. So, all right, until the next video, thank you guys for watching.